When I was about 2 years old, my mother noticed that I was walking down the hallway, and she would be in one room and I would be walking down the hallway to another room, and she would call out my name and I wouldn't hear her right away, or I wouldn't turn and look at her. I wasn't sure what had caused it, but was profoundly deaf in both ears, and had been wearing hearing aids my entire life. I'm Nate, and I'm 29 years old.
I'm Molly, Nate's wife, and I'm 27 years old.
We've dated for 6 years.
And been married for 2.
I never thought that my hearing would be an issue dating Molly, and I've always felt very comfortable with her. She's always been a fantastic advocate for me.
You know, in social situations, sometimes it's difficult for him to kind of catch up on what's going on, and I often will maybe relay something that he missed and kind of fill in that gap.
I shouldn't have to always rely on her to be the individual to do that kind of thing. I really should be stepping it up more myself, but I feel sometimes in certain situations it's nearly impossible to understand. It is so loud in a particular restaurant or bar. I don't want to, use her as my interpreter. She's my best friend and my wife. But I just have been, really grateful and happy that, she's not seen in that particular way.
Nate's perfectly capable of inserting himself and being his own best advocate, but I think sometimes in certain situations it's just kind of, a natural fit that I was there to kind of be able to do that. And reassuring him that really I don't mind if you want me to repeat something, or other people won't mind too if you ask them to repeat something if you're not sure. It takes an extra 2 seconds, and that's really no big deal.
I really couldn't see anyone else that I would want to spend the rest of my life with. I just know how supportive she's always been for me, and just how she's my #1 fan, and I think I'm her #1 fan too.
Nate proposed in a way that would have made it impossible for just about anybody to say no. He took me up to the top of the Eiffel Tower, and when the lights started to sparkle, he pulled out a box that had a picture of the ring because he didn't want to take it on the whole trip. Then he asked me if I would marry him, and I said yes. So, yeah. We have talked about the fact that we might have a child who has some hearing loss, but at the same time, like what an amazing person he is, and I don't think that there's any reason that we should stress out or worry or be anxious about having a child who has hearing loss.
I would be a perfect mentor and teacher to my child if he or she had a hearing loss, but it's definitely something I would embrace if it happened. I love my mother and father and brother-in-law, and just been amazingly supportive of me.
He and my dad are just get along so well, and they'll text each other more often than we text each other. When he comes over, my mom's always cooking food for Nate. Oh, Nate, what do you want? Or there's lots more food, Nate, if you're hungry. Where's Nate? Nate the Great.
It's really not an issue whatsoever that, I have a hearing impairment, but, they're just so welcoming and so gracious and loving.
It works for us.